Now, up to this point, in doing the Wright Balance Express, you have measured grip size. This is my grip size for lower, which is blue. You can see the blue tape here. My mid-size grip is black tape, and my uh, upper core. This blue is lower core, red is upper core. So when I go to one of my stance widths marked in red, I use this. When I go to one of my stance widths marked in black, I'll use the mid-core tape. And when I grip it, interestingly, my power spot, notice I have power spots marked on my middle finger here. So when I grip it, if I grip it on the black tape, it primarily impacts my mid-core power spot. If I grip it on the red tape, it'll impact that upper core power spot and so on with the lower. So today I'm going to show you an alternative. If you prefer to stay with a bat, if your grip size on, say, a golf club or a baseball bat fits you, you can use that. But this is very new and really quite simple. All you need to do it is knowing what stance width you want to go to. So to do this exercise, you're going to use your thumb on your lead hand, my left hand, I'm right-handed, and my middle finger on my right hand. So to do it, I'm going to take my middle finger, notice the red, and I'm going to match up the red here and here. So that's what it looks like when I get my hands together. The only finger out past my thumb is my middle finger here. So again, I'm going to match up the red with the red, or if I'm doing mid-core, I'll match up the black with the black. If I'm doing low core, I'll match up the blue on the top of the thumb. Top pad on my thumb is blue, top pad, second pad up on my middle finger. So that's what it looks like when I grip. So I'd be extended out and holding my thumbs like that. So when you're doing the Wright Balance Express, you want to make sure first that you set your feet. So inches outside my lower core performance stance range, and it's outside all performance stance ranges. I'm going to take my thumb, that black mark on my thumb in the center, right here, and the black mark on right here on my middle finger, and I'm going to lock those together. I'm not going to lock them together until I get into my stance width. So showed you a moment ago what it looks like. So I no knee flex. I'm going to lock those together. This exercise is exactly the same exercise you're doing with a bat. Okay. In through my nose. 3 times, no knee flex. Add knee flex now, keep the back straight. Stand tall, no knee flex. And forward. And now add knee flex. And let your back just stretch out. You want to keep the shoulders rolled toward the sternum through all of this. And now on no knee flex, still holding this pressure, thumb and middle finger, thumb of my left hand, middle finger of my right, and the first knuckles there, and I pull them back to my chest, in through my mouth, in through my nose. 3 deep breaths. No knee flex. Standing tall. Now I add knee flex. So everything you're doing with a bat, you're doing the same exact thing, just using your hands and the pressure of your left thumb and right middle finger. Now I stand tall, lean back. Always have something, stand either behind your student, have something wall behind them, something in case they lose their balance. Now I add knee flex. Okay, now I've done the Wright Balance Express, and I have moved my performance stance range to mid-core. So let's move those down a little bit so you can see. So my mid-core range is 16 to 24. Remember, my lower core is 20 to 28. So if I go now to I go 18 inches, 16 to 24. I'm inside my lower core, but exactly spot on my mid. So I had knee flex, you can see how square I stand. Okay, so I can go all the way out to 24 inches. And I still have, so if I am lifting whatever, I want to plant my feet, then I want to use my hands to lift. If I go to 25 inches outside my mid-core performance stance range and I go down to lift, not good. My hips are rotating. I'm outside my performance range. If I go to 15 inches, well, I'll go to 14. That's upper core. And I go down to pick something up or move, and I'm outside my range. So the key here, though, is you do what I'm about to do. You want to make sure that you're inside whatever, and I've done it at 34, even though 34 inches is the widest black number I have here. I'm still within the 34 is a mid-core number. It still moves me back to my mid-core stance range. So I am going to go to the wall now and test. Do I need to correct my rotational plane and sagittal plane? So that's what we're going to do now. So I'm going to go to 0. I didn't mention this, but your feet have to be 90 degrees to the number. So I'm on 0, and I'm going to go to 18. I'm going to go to the wall, and my hips just rotated. Ideally, you can see that. I do the no knee flex, do many push-ups till my hips square. My hips just squared, add knee flex. You'll see you'll get rotation again. So I'm in my mid-core performance stance range. I've done a black mid-core number. Now I'm square on the right. Okay, now I'm going to go in and test my left. And you can see the rotation, no knee flex yet. So I go to I add knee, I'm sorry, I stay square, I stay tall, no knee flex. You want to just do this until you can either lean on the wall, if you have a shoulder, elbow, wrist issue, and you can't do these many push-ups, one hand push-ups, then lean in, or just hold it. It will square up if you just hold. Breathe deeply. I'll just hold this one and show you. It takes a little longer. Deep breathing is very important. But you can see now, without and with knee flex, my hips are square. So internal obliques is what I want to check next. So I'm going to be the width of my feet when I start this exercise is inside my performance range. So I'm going to go to 0. Again, I'm going to do 18. I'm a little far off the wall. So find a comfortable distance where you can get a little bit of stress, enough to create the change. You can see here, ideally, no knee flex. This is my internal oblique on the right side. I'm working now. So no knee flex, and you can see slowly as I do these 1-arm push-ups, my hips are squaring up. They're square, add knee flex. That was the back of the internal oblique on the longitudinal plane, myofascial plane. This is the front of the longitudinal myofascial plane. When you add knee flex, you're training front. No knee flex, you're training back. Not back, but the back of that muscle, myofascial plane. Okay, that's the right side, square. Here I am without knee flex, with knee flex. So now I'm going to go to the left side. And you need to do this after the Wright Balance Express. I'll remind you why here in a moment. So now I'm going to be on the left side. And when I relax, you can see how much no knee flex, how much rotation I have. And now ideally you're able to see that it's starting to square up pretty quickly. Add knee flex and I get that same rotation. And by the way, you want to keep that foot off the floor. Once you have raised the inside or outside leg, this is the internal obliques, the external obliques we're going to do next, but keep that foot from touching the floor when you do. Okay, time for internal obliques. I'm sorry, external obliques. So what I do to get my external obliques, I'm going to go to this, as long as my stance width now is in my mid-core performance stance range, that's where I start. And I'll be good. So here is, I raise my outside leg, that recruits the external oblique. And I'm gonna do 1-arm push-ups here. And you can see my hips square, add knee flex. And again, keep that foot off the floor as you're doing these. And I'm squaring up pretty quickly here. So I'm going to go to the other side. Last one for my external obliques, no knee flex. You can see the rotation I have here. No knee flex, add knee flex, and there I get the rotation. Okay, so what did I do? Well, I did the Wright Balance Express with my hands. Now, the simple test to do now is I take a short step forward, look straight ahead, add knee flex. I look down, my right knee is right over my toes, right over the center of my right foot. And my hips remain very square. So if I'm doing lunges, I want to work on the mid-core. I've got to be outside. When I take that step forward, I need to be outside 16 inches. And you can see, ideally you can see, when I get a wide base, I can do that. My knee is right over the center of my right foot. Hips are very square. And now I'm going to get even application of force. I'm going to have rotation, which will set up again. You're going to get overdevelopment of one side, which most of us have, and you will increase the potential for herniation of a disc. Thank you for watching.